Loud. Hello, everyone. Welcome to HFT 4413 Hospitality Analytics. Oren, I'm glad to see that you decided to dress up today.
All right, full disclosure. We both came from campus. I was fully dressed. We got home and we said, oh, we should record it. And I said, okay, I'm going to stay fully dressed, meaning like in professional.
Understood.
Anyway, it's just my life. And then I get home and I change. So.
Oh, well. All right. So we're talking about a subject I actually like. Last week's subject I hated. This subject I like because it's something that I've actually done. This is revenue management. And revenue management. So this class used to be 100% revenue management, and we've instead changed it to being all analytics with one module on revenue management. Everything else is about everything else. And I like it, but I also kind of miss revenue management. I don't know about you. I know you teach it at another university as well, so
yes,
you at least get to keep teaching revenue management, which I'm a little jealous of.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You should help me with that class.
Yeah, bring me as a guest speaker. Is that your cat I just heard screaming?
Yeah. He's like, what are you saying, sir? Come here. Who knows? Yeah, it is. It's just, yeah. He bit me.
Bastard. Why did he bite you?
Because I was petting him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into some slides. And this is the class that I've taught this 1,000 times. I'm using some old slides, but it's something that is actually pretty good. So share screen.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk a little bit about price. And what is price? So price is one of those things that if I were to say a number, you have an immediate reaction to, no matter what. Or in this can of soda that I'm holding up is $1.
Fair enough. Good deal.
I think so. This can of soda that I'm holding up is $35. Same can.
Can I say that? No, I won't. And no, thank you.
This can of soda that I'm holding up right now is 5 cents.
Oh, throw it my way.
Do you trust it though?
Is there like ashes in it or something?
Oh no. So that's the thing, that the whole idea of price does give you a thought. And that thought could be, it's good, it's bad, it's a good deal, it's a bad deal. Whatever that price is, that price can be right, or that price can be wrong. And that price is going to be right or wrong. Do you know what's crazy? That movie, that's 25 years old.
Which movie is it?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh.
25 years old. None of our students who are watching this right now.
No, I was one.
Yeah. The price could be wrong. But that price is something that a firm puts on its products and service, or it's the amount of money charged. But it's not always money, right? So when we're talking about price, we're talking about money. We're talking about a lot of things. It could be tangible, like cash, or something intangible. So our students are taking this class online, but if we taught this face-to-face, what would they have to give up as a price to come to class, besides the tuition?
Time?
Sure. They're giving up time, so which is costs. That time costs something. What else do they have to give up?
Petroleum, gasoline, unless
they're either paying, they're driving, so they're paying gas, or they're taking the bus, or they're hitching a ride, which is just danger, or they're taking an Uber, whatever that is. All of these things add up when you're making a decision on whether you should spend your money on something or not. I'm just flipping through stuff as I go to some of the stuff's nonsense. But with price, and I don't know if Buddha actually said this, I downloaded it, I found it online. Maybe he did, probably didn't. Believe nothing, no matter where you read it or who said it, no matter if I said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense.
Yeah.
And this one hits home because, again, back to price. If I said this soda is $30 and I am in desperate need of hydration, like I'm going to die if I don't have it, $30 becomes reasonable. 99.9% of the time it's not. But this is going to depend on you. It depends on you as the buyer and us or you or whomever as the seller. Both the seller and the buyer are part of the decisions of price. Because if I am the seller, and I say this is $30, Dr. Hertz, you gonna buy it?
No.
No. So the buyer is in charge.
Yes.
Because, right?
And even if it's a matter of affordability, I could give up $30, but not for that.
Right. And we're going to talk a little bit about the idea of demand in a few slides, but with price, we're looking at all sorts of things. We're looking at obviously what it costs to make the soda, and let's not even use soda for a hotel room. We're looking at the cost of the hotel room, how much it costs to turn around that room, make up the bed, new amenities, remove the dead body, whatever that is, all of those things that are required to sell a room. But then there's other things. I rented the room, someone reserved it, and then they canceled at the last minute. And I can't rent it to someone else. That cost me money.
Sure.
And if they showed up early and they want to get in their room and I let them, if I have the room available, that cost me money. And if they leave early, again, that's going to cost me. All of these little things costs money. And we have to look at whether there is a cancellation or a no-show, or if somebody arrives early, or if they decide to stay longer, because all of this is going to factor into our pricing. Now, obviously, we're looking at the history. That's the data side of revenue management. And what history are we looking at, Dr. Hertz, when it comes to the data of hotels?
Sorry. Good.
You beating your cat? Is your cat beating you?
He just like goes off. Sorry.
It's okay.
It scared me.
All right, so historical data. What are we looking at as far as historical data in order to identify pricing?
Right.
That was a question to you.
Can you repeat it? He's distracting me one more time. Sorry.
Historical data, which is what this class is, data analytics. What historical data are we looking at in order to identify prices?
Everything, really. I mean, so if we're looking at the same time last year, and forget pandemic for a minute, because that was such an anomaly, right? And so what's coming up? What's a holiday? Thanksgiving, right? So Thanksgiving, again, forget pandemic. You look at historical data. Last year, the year before, what happened? Was there traffic? Was there not traffic? Was it busy for us at the hotel? What did we charge? What was the RevPAR? What was the ADR? And then you base it based on that. And then for current data, I would look at, what is the current state of the economy? What's happening right now? Right now, we're in an economic inflation. It's something we want to kind of keep in mind one way or another, right? When it comes to setting up a price.
Now, Oren, when you go and stay at a hotel, what's the main thing you're looking for?
Wi-Fi. No. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, like you, and I think I will stick to a brand. In my case, Hilton. I think you're the same.
I'm Hilton. Yep.
Right, because the points are great. So a couple of things here. I know the beds are comfortable. I'm not worried about that so much, but definitely location and where is it close to destination. Next week we're in Orlando.
Yep.
To save the university money, I found actually non-Hilton hotel, but it's a little bit of a drive. And I don't mind the drive from the hotel to the conference. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But it's closer to Disney. So there's that trade-off, at night I can go into
so there is that trade-off, and we're talking about trade-offs. Now for me, I like, clean sheets, hot shower.
Sure.
For the most part. But every now and then I do feel a little bougie.
Yeah.
And I want something nice. So, I'm a cruiser. You know that about me. I'm a cruiser. And I do like the NCL brand On a cruise ship, whether you have an interior cabin, an exterior cabin, uh, with a balcony view, or hell, even a suite, who gets to go to the ports?
Everyone,
Everyone. Who gets to eat at the buffet?
everyone. I see. What you're
Who gets to be the first one off the ship? Whoever's lucky enough to get there. Who's the last one off the ship? Whoever wants to stay the longest. So does it make sense to spend extra money on a better room?
See,
For some people it does.
yes. And I love it because it just entered my mind. So for the upcoming work cruise that we have, I asked you today, are you going to upgrade? And it's really interesting. The two, I don't want to say school of thoughts, but two preferences. There you go. Preferences is the word. So for me, I don't know if it's psychological or not, I'd like to have a balcony, but the question is, how much money am I willing to pay for a balcony? Is it really that important?
And we're going to be working. You and I will be working, so
Yeah.
we're not going to have that much time to spend in the room.
Yeah.
If I was on vacation, the balcony might be more reasonable, might make more sense.
Right.
But when we're looking at pricing, it could be that we're, right here. I got two coolers on the screen. I've got this Yeti Tundra 45 quart and the Igloo 50 quart. Difference really between a 45 quart and a 50 quart. Obviously, it's 5 quarts, so about a gallon. But one's $300 and one's $50. Why the hell would I spend $300 for a smaller cooler than the Igloo? Like, what makes sense in that?
If you are a user, if you use coolers all the time, if you're a fisherman or you go out in nature a lot, you'll quickly find out that the Igloo, won't hold your stuff as cold as you want it to be for as long as you want it to. And over a span of 3 years, you probably buy 2 or 3 Igloos, as opposed to, I'm not trying to promote Yeti, although
I understand.
right? Although with Yeti, so you paid $300. Yes, maybe you overpaid.
It's an investment. It's an investment cooler.
But even if you are not treated with, you don't treat it with kindness, it'll still last you because they're built to last.
They're built to last. And we're gonna come through some of these slides.
Yeah. And similarly, I shared it in class too. Again, this is maybe a little bit muddy waters, but for many years I had PC computers, and it was the same thing. I would pay $800, $900, $1,000 for a computer, a PC, a desktop, and they would break down. They would get viruses until my ex one day said, "Just get a Mac. Stop being cheap. Get a Mac." I'm like, fine, I'll get a Mac. And since, again, it's just well known that a Mac computer is just a better product. So the Mac I have is what, 3-4 years old. It's not even close to being replaced.
Right. And I get that. And you're a Mac guy. I'm still a PC guy because I don't want to have to learn. And that's, some of it's preference. And some of it is the quality. Now, the Mac computer is going to cost you a lot more. And in theory, it should last longer and do more. But I put 2 cars up. I've got this Maserati and the Honda Accord, and the Maserati is 4 times the price of the Honda. Is the Maserati worth 4 times?
See, excellent. It depends. So for me, because I'm a car guy, as you're well aware.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But for my friend Santiago, who actually drives a Honda Civic, and his lease is about to expire in a little bit, and I'm all excited. Hey, I'll help you get another car. All he cares about is 4 wheels, and for that box to take him from point A to point B. For me, not same people, but different people, right? But for me, the Maserati is a sign of who I am, how I want to be viewed in this world, and the luxury that comes with it. So
and there is that luxury. Yes, you're going to get a better ride. You're going to have a better sound system. You're going to have leather. You're going to have a Ferrari motor in it. But at the end of the day, which one is going to get you, Orrin Hertz, from your house to Orange Theory quicker if you're driving the speed limit?
Same.
Which one is going to help you, get a date?
Maserati.
Maserati, maybe not. Which
But
one's going to help me get a date?
Exactly. Exactly. It just depends on the other person.
Yeah, which one's going to help me get a date?
Maserati.
Right. And then if I get a date with that Maserati, which kind of car will I be driving afterwards when my wife finds out I got a date with my Maserati?
I'm going to tell you, this looks
Yeah,
like
of
a
course.
2021 or 2022 Accord. You'll be driving a 1993 basic hatchback Civic.
This is probably true.
And also, Prof, it's related to value. So you may ask me, and I think you asked me that question, why did I spend X amount of money extra for my Tesla to get the performance model? So faster, not that I speed up all the time, bigger rims, a couple like spoiler in the back, just
Cool
little,
looking.
right? Cool looking, exactly. And to me, it's worth the money. Whilst even some of our students, even if it's not even a matter of affordability, well, it is kind of, but it's what is important to you. So
Sure.
some students right now say, oh yeah, Hertz, we get you. And other students like, you're an idiot. Why'd you spend more money on this, right?
And some of that is going to be based on personal preference, but a lot of our personal preferences come because we're told what they should be. So we've got marketing out there, and marketing is telling us basically the 4 P's of marketing is our product, our price, our place, and our promotion. So our products are going to be whatever that brand is. The quality or the safety or the service, the warranty. I drive a Chevy, and it's given me some issues, but I don't take it to Chevy dealership. I take it to the Cadillac dealership. And I take it to the Cadillac dealership because their service department is far superior than the Chevy service department. Now, they're both General Motors products. I go in, the car's under warranty, whether I take it to Chevy or to Cadillac. But when I take it to Chevy, I'm a number. But when I take it to Cadillac, I'm now Professor Dodge.
Right. And may I ask, Prof, do you drive further to the Cadillac dealership? Is it further? Is it less of a convenience to you?
Now it's closer, but when I was in my previous house, yes, I drove further.
And it's worth it. It's worth the extra drive, the extra time.
It's worth that extra so that I don't need to go to the Chevy. And I had to take it to Chevy because something was under warranty only if I took it to the Chevy dealership in the Cadillac. So fine, I took it there.
Right.
And they it was going to take a week for them to even look at it. And they put me in a van to take me home with 4 other people. So from Pines and whatever, Palm, we had to take like 4 different stops before I got home.
Ugh.
With the Cadillac dealership, also something was broken. It was going to take a little bit of time to fix. And they put me in an Uber straight home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Uber probably set them back $5. It's not that far. And paying the driver probably cost them $10 to drive us around. So it was cheaper for them to put me in an Uber and send me home, but the service behind it was so much better.
Yep.
We also have the promotion of how are we getting that information out to our customers, whether it's advertising or our sales promotion or public relations. That place is where we're selling. Mm-hmm. Now I could go to, and a place could also be time. Mm-hmm. So time and place, we kind of use them interchangeably, especially with marketing. I could go to a restaurant or bar and get a nice meal, pay full price, and be happy. Or I could go to a restaurant at 5 o'clock. And why would I pay a different price for going at 5 o'clock versus going at 7 o'clock? Why is there a happy hour or a early bird special or anything? Why would they bother doing this?
Butts in seats.
Butts in seats. I've heard, I don't go to these establishments at all, throwing this out, but I've heard at some adult establishments, they have like a free lunch. So if you go from 12 to 3 or whatever, I don't know, I've seen the signs driving down 95, free lunch. Yeah. Why the hell, why would you give away food? What's the purpose of it?
Yeah, get the people in there. Because then they're gonna spend money on beverages, they're gonna spend money on other things.
You would think all of these things add up. So whether it's that place, and when we say place, again, it could be you're sitting at a bar. Right. And it might have, I know Flanagan's, for example, like if you sit at the bar, they have a different pricing on some of their drinks than if you sit at a table.
Oh.
Why would they give a different price at the bar than at a table? Well, maybe they don't get enough people sitting at the bar and they want to drive more business to the bar.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one. So it could be whether the units or the facilities or the channel, the inventory, whatever that is. And then it's that price. And price is the key when it comes to revenue management, because this is our main number of what are we charging? What are we expecting that somebody gives up in exchange for whatever it is they're buying? Yeah. And it's not just the price of the hotel room. It's the fact that they've also given up something to stay at that hotel room. Yeah. Whether it's everything, it could be the flights. It could be the fact that I chose this brand instead of this brand because I like a brand. Mm-hmm. But because I chose this brand over this one, now it's going to take me a longer drive. Mm-hmm. Or I might get something else. Whatever that else is makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And the return value, especially because we're both Hilton people and we get it, we will drive a little bit further to stay at a Hilton because of the points.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I like having points. It's nice to have. Yeah. And Hilton has rarely done me wrong.
Same.
So, and honestly, to be fair, if I close your eyes and I drop you into a Marriott and I blacked out all of the signage,
yeah,
would you really be able to tell the difference?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So there's not a huge difference. They're basically the same type of product. It's a hotel room.
They compete because it's a very similar product. If it was different, there was no competition.
Now we have to look at supply and demand when we're pricing, because this is going to be something that we're really looking at. What's easier to determine, supply or demand?
So I will wait. Demand.
Demand is easier. Wow. And you're a professor. All right. So, Oren, I have a 100-room hotel. What's my supply?
No, I'm sorry. Yes.
There we go. So I have a 100-room hotel. What's my supply?
Right.
100 rooms.
Yeah.
I have a 100-room hotel. What's my demand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beats me. So we have to identify all of these things in order to say, yes, I have my supply, I have my demand, but where is that supply and demand? Whether it's the number of seats in a restaurant or hotel rooms or rental cars or seats in an airplane, whatever that is, I know that supply. Mm-hmm. My demand, I'm really looking at 3 things in order to identify demand, and that's going to be my desire, my ability to pay, and my willingness to pay. Right. Now let's go back to that Maserati. Oren, I want a Maserati. I want one bad. I really do. Like a 4-door Ferrari to me seems cool. Yeah. I have that desire. We make about the same salary.
Right.
Looking at our salary, do I have the ability to spend $100,000 on a car?
I would say yes, but again, it depends on your other expenses.
Sure, of course.
Depends on how much money you're willing to have on a car payment.
So that's number 3. I have the ability. Yeah, I probably would have to fire my lawn guy and have to mow my lawn myself. Fire my pool guy, have to do the pool myself. Maybe not have this house, maybe have a different house. But I could swing $100,000 car.
Mhm.
Do I really want to?
Yeah.
And that's that willingness. Desire, I want the car. Ability, sure.
Yeah.
Move stuff around. It's that willingness.
Now here's the deal with willingness, because that's a good example. So when I decided to move into an electric vehicle and I decided to go with a higher model, I did the cost benefit analysis, and I weighed in how much I paid for gasoline a month, and then how much am I going to pay for charging or to charge the car. And I weighed this, it was about, I think, $370. Then I'm like, all right, I spend this money on gasoline in the past, I can take
Sure.
this money and transfer it into a car payment and drive the car I really want.
Yeah.
And not get the base model, but get the performance model and pay a little bit more for that.
And
So
you do have to figure out exactly, because my car payment luckily is almost paid off. Yes. But it's not just my car payment. I drive a 2019 Chevrolet Silverado, king cab, short bed pickup truck that gets a whopping 14 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
And gas is $3.30 a gallon.
Yeah, better now than it used to be.
Yeah, but my gas payment, if I'm going to work every day,
Yeah,
is it's close to $100 a week.
Yeah,
that's $400 a month. $400 a month is more than my wife paid for her car payment.
Yeah.
So if I decided to jump into an electric car and took what I was paying for my car and tack on another $400, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I get the car I want.
Yeah, and which, by the way, side note, I rarely watch, I don't watch TV, but there was a TV blasting somewhere I was recently, and I saw that the GMC Sierra, which is the equivalent of your truck, is fully electric, 400-mile range. That's pretty good. I don't know what it goes for, but
fully electric 400-mile range starts at about 80,000 for the base model. 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds for an 11,500-pound vehicle.
That's amazing.
They say they had to retune it because it could do wheelies, because that's what I need, is a truck the weight of a semi-tractor trailer doing wheelies.
I can see you doing that.
But that role of cost and pricing is everything really is worth what a purchaser is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because what I'm willing to pay and what Oren's willing to pay may not be the same thing that you're willing to pay. And quite frankly, there's things that our students are willing to pay. And I look at it as like, why? Why would you buy that?
Here's another example that you and I can relate, because you and I had experienced it. We went on a cruise together with your wife and with friends. And what is more important? Okay, so, and this is zero judgment, obviously, but a drink package is more important to you, whereas Wi-Fi is more important to me. So I took that extra money spent.
I think that's a little judgy. It's a little judgy.
I'm judgy. I'm sorry. I did not mean it to come off that way at all. I wish I like drinking a little bit more. It's just not really my thing. I don't drink a whole lot. Not that you do, but it's a matter of what you like, what is important to you. I'm gonna judge myself I'm not gonna actually say like a millennial, which I just did, but I'm attached to my phone. I'm addicted to it. You couldn't care less, in a sense. Do you know what I mean? So it's a matter of preference. Like take me out of Wi-Fi for a week, I will probably die.
Take me out of Wi-Fi for 2 weeks and I am happy as a clam.
I want to be you. I'm addicted to
But then I have things like this. How many hats does a human being need? Oh, and you like that? Wait. Yeah, I'm more over here.
You do have nice hats.
That's something that I like. And I'm willing to separate myself from that, for money to buy stuff like that.
And if I may, there's another layer with your hats where it's medical too. So I call it some sort of a justification, but didn't you say it was something with like you need to kind of keep away from the sun? At some point we had a discussion about it.
I mean, I should keep out of the sun, but I also lay out by the pool with oil on, so it's
yeah. So okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably no. But I hope that the students kind of got a little bit of a take on the quick and dirty of revenue management and really how data evolves and involves people to make decisions. Because that's really what we're doing, is we're using the data in order to have people make decisions. And hopefully that decision is to spend their money with us.
Yeah.
What's due this week?
There's a pack back, right? Let me just quick look, just a second. I had it open a minute ago, but then so I'm pretty sure we have pack back. There's a couple of LinkedIn's.
That's it.
It's
pretty easy week.
Loading up, yes, and yeah, let's have a look real quick. It's here, modules. Okay, and wow, we're really getting close to the end here. Applicant revenue management. Okay, yeah, 2 LinkedIn's and a pack back. So
yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah, straightforward week. Yeah.
Hey, so for our students who are online, we are doing Hospitality at Sea Europe. And that's coming up. That's going to be, we're going to go on a cruise. We're going from Fort Lauderdale to where?
To Spain first, I think. Spain, Italy, and France, or Spain, France, Italy?
I think it's Spain, France, Italy. We are going on, where is it? There we are. I'm going to share screen as soon as this.
Yes. And you know what, as you share a screen, let me do a little disclaimer, because just in case you and I decide to reuse this video in the future, so students who are watching this reused video
and say, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, this is where we went. And now, because, okay, so I'm trying to organize my thought, but you should look at other Hospitality at Sea options we have, because we run them all the time.
And study abroad opportunities. But this is for the fall 2022 students. Today is October 28th, 2022 that we're recording this. So this is for Hospitality at Sea in spring. We will be leaving on April 22nd, 2023, and landing in Rome on May 6th, 2023. We're expecting to have about 100 students. We're running 8 different courses. Do you remember what you're teaching, Dr. Hertz?
Yes, I'm teaching for the graduate level, organizational behavior, which is it's one of my favorite class, Prof. This is why I keep asking you to schedule me to teach it. It is a great class, and I really hope that students would want to take it on the ship and take it with me.
So you're teaching HMG 6246. That'll be an afternoon class. I'm going to be also teaching an afternoon class, HFT 3453, Lodging Operations. So if you're an undergrad student, haven't taken Lodging Operations yet, take it with us on a cruise. If you are a 4+1 student or graduating and want to do your graduate degree, come on and take Organizational Behavior. The cost of this is reasonable. We're looking at $1,900 total in, with the study abroad fee is actually $2,095 plus your tuition, whether you're undergrad or grad. All students pay in-state tuition. So if you're an out-of-state or international student saying, yeah, that's $2,000 plus my $1,800 for a class. No, it's not. It's only $600 for a class for an undergrad student. So if you are an out-of-state or international student, it's cheaper, and online students can do this. It's cheaper for you to take a study abroad than to take this class either online or in Miami. So definitely take a look at it.
True. Absolutely. And I always like to tell students, especially now entering the holiday season, if you're just a few $100s short for this, this is a great time to hit grandma and say, you've been looking great. Your food is delicious, which, you know, all grandma's food is delicious. You know, if it's a matter of a couple $100, find it. Don't miss out on such an amazing lifelong memory experience.
And if you are interested, go to, and I'll share my screen again. Sorry, I canceled it. Go to go.fiu.edu/HAS, stands for Hospitality at Sea, -Europe. And for those of you who have an entire month available and have zero responsibilities, you can stick around in Italy and tour Italy for 2 weeks with myself and Don Fagnan in the Genoa Study Abroad program. So it's another option for those of you who are interested in sticking around in Europe afterwards and wanting to knock out another study abroad opportunity.
Yeah, fantastic. And if this is a recycled video, which may very well be, the website stays the same, just destinations are a little bit different. So have a look.
Yep. All right, Oren, I will see you soon. All right.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.